Hello everybody! In this video I'm going to be showing you how you can code up a program in Python so that your Twitch chat viewers will be able to mess with your game by typing in certain keywords in chat, and you can set those up to whatever the term you want, and that'll get converted into some keyboard or mouse input that'll then move your character in game, just to have a little more fun with your chat. First thing I'd like to get out of the way, I've tried eliminating as many issues as possible so you could just code this up or grab the files and get on with your day, but there are just some things that I can't guarantee. For instance, if I go ahead and show this off, I currently have the program running here in Visual Studio Code, and I also have excuse the infinity there. I also have OBS open with stream chat because you can test this without actually streaming. Now, the first issue you might encounter is that the mouse just won't work, and that might depend on the game that you're playing. So in the case of Minecraft, you have to go into Controls, Mouse Settings, and turn raw input off. Otherwise, if that is on, and I will input mouse right again, yes, it says the mouse moved, but as you can see, nothing happened in Minecraft. So you may run into that issue with the game. The second issue you may encounter, there's specific key codes that you have to use for keyboard inputs. In the case of all the letters, that would just be a simple W, S, whatever letter that you want to input. But for the special characters, in this case, the key space, some other ones are like Alt, Command, Control, Enter, any of those special keys, you have to use this key dot. They don't seem to work 100% of the time. So again, I'll show, for example, I'll type in test, and I will come over to my chat and type space. And there you go. You see that space appeared. There's this space after test that was not there before. So clearly it hit the space bar, as you would expect. If I do it again, hit space, go back to the game, no jump. Character did not jump. So two possible issues that just seem unavoidable depending on the game that you are playing, because it is responding, like PyInput is doing what it's supposed to be, but it doesn't always cause any changes in game. Now we're just going to begin the coding. If you want to skip all this, then there will be a link down below to grab all the files from GitHub Repo. We're going to start with all the private data, things that you wouldn't want someone to see if you were sharing your screen. So we'll go up here and name this privatedata.py. And we'll start with some things that the data you're gonna need in order to connect to Twitch IRC. So the first thing is the server. This will be irc.twitch.tv. Next, you're gonna need the port to connect to. This will be 6667. You're gonna need a nickname. Future Austin, interject here. I have discovered what the purpose of the nickname is. This must be the name of your channel in order for this to work. So in my case, that is also Vexurar. And then I'm gonna add a little comment here for your token. Oh dear, I couldn't spell. Go to this site. And that will be https://twitchapps.com/TMI/. And if you go ahead and go to this site, I will also go ahead and leave that link in the description, although of course with YouTube it probably won't be a clickable link. You'll see this pop up, you'll connect to your Twitch account and generate a new OAuth token. You'll just insert that into a string here. So token equals, and that'll be whatever token is generated for you. And then for channel, whatever channel you want to get chat messages from. If I wanted chat from my own stream, I would do hashtag Fexurar. So replace this part after the hashtag with whatever you want. Make sure it is all lowercase. Now we're moving on to the second script that's going to be doing all the heavy lifting, basically connecting to Twitch IRC. So we'll call this getchat.py. And first thing we're going to need to do is import some packages. So we're going to import private data, so the script that we just made, import socket from emoji, import demojize, and that will allow you to actually read in a string any emojis that were sent in chat. And then we're going to import short for regex. If you have any packages that are not importing, then you're going to have to go through the whole process of command prompt, run as administrator, and might have to maybe check your Python version. If you don't know how to install Python, then I don't know why you're watching this far, but I know there's lots of good tutorials out there for installing Python and understanding pip. Next, we're going to set up a line that is important for regex, because the string that Twitch sends you, there's a lot of characters inside that string that we don't need, so we've got to somehow cut it all out. So we'll do re.compile, and then this is going to be a bit of a mess. Caret key, colon. Let me know in the comments if you get confused about the difference between forward and backslash. This is a backslash, W plus exclamation mark, backslash, W plus at, backslash, W plus backslash dot TMI, backslash dot Twitch, backslash dot TV, space, and then in caps, PRIVMSG, space, hashtag, backslash, W, plus, space, colon. I think I'm also going to go ahead and include that in the description, so you can copy paste it. Now we need to create our socket. So this will just be called sock, and then socket.socket, and we'll create some functions here. So start connection. So when the program begins running, this is what we want to call first. Connect socket to Twitch. So we'll do sock.connect, two parentheses, private data.server and private data.port. Now we have to authenticate and connect to the channel over the socket. So do sock.send, parentheses and quotations, all caps, pass, then open and close brackets, backslash R, backslash N, and then on the outside of the quotations a period, format, private data dot token, outside the parentheses, period, encode, oh my god, encode, and new parentheses, quotations, UTF-8, because the data being sent back and forth has to be encoded and decoded from a string to bytes, and vice versa. Next is sock.send nick, we'll close brackets, slash R, backslash N, dot format, parentheses, private data dot nickname, outside, period, encode, parentheses, UTF-8. And I'm going to go ahead and copy this for the final one, replace nick with join, and replace private data dot nickname with channel. Now we'll create a new function, connection check, and this will take a message in its parameters. So this is to respond to Twitch when it checks if the bot is still active, because if it's not connecting to Twitch anymore, it will automatically close the connection. So check if the message equals ping space colon tmi.twitch.tv/r/n, then sock.send, quotation pong, space colon tmi.twitch.tv/r/n dot encode UTF-8. That's all we need for that function. Now the next one is get message. We're going to do a try accept block, and this will hang until a message is received. So we'll say message equals sock.recv2048.decode UTF-8, and we'll go ahead and print this message because there are a few Twitch sends when the bot first connects, and we'd like to see those. And then the accept socket.error will just return. Now, if it doesn't have any errors, we'll do that connection check, and then we'll get the demojize involved here. So if the length of the message is greater than 0, demojize it. This part I ran into problems with. Basically an attribute error or a type error. And at first I thought the solution was simply doing if message equals none, but that wasn't doing anything. So we just need to check if message, and that will work. Don't ask me how. Python is not exactly my favorite language. We'll use regex now to separate the string. Start with the username part of the string. If you want to get the time and date, you'll have to look into that a bit yourself, but I am not gathering that part of the string unless you're doing some data science-y thing with this type of program. You really don't need it. r.search and r quotation \w plus, outside the quotations we'll do comma message, and then dot group 0. The message itself equals chat underscore message dot sub, and do empty quotations comma message. And we're going to go ahead and print who said what message colon plus message. Now for future comparisons, when we actually want to check if chat is inputting something that will input a key on a keyboard or mouse, we're going to force their message to be lowercase. So message equals message dot lower, say force lowercase for less string comparisons. That's another issue that I ran into, where when it came to that if check and it was very clear it was W equals W, well, that should be true, but it kept returning false. So we have to check for some invisible characters. So we'll do mapping equals dict.fromKeys, and we'll do range 32. Okay, the clean message equals message.translate mapping. Now we have everything we need to return for the next file that we make. But we have one more function, and that is close socket. This will just be sock.close. Now onto the final file we're going to make. We're going to call this main.py. We're going to import everything we need. So getchat, again the file we just made, from pyinput.keyboard import key, and we're also just going to import pyinput.keyboard. Then from pyinput.mouse import button, and import pyinput.mouse. I've gone ahead and separated them out because before I had it as from pyinput.keyboard import key code. Wait, key? No, just key, not key code, sorry. Import key comma controller. And I did the same with the mouse, but then it gets confused on what controller you're referring to. So you can specify that by importing the whole package, import time and import random. So declare keyboard equals pyinput.keyboard.controller. So that's why I separated the imports, so I could specify what the controller is and prevent it from being confused. And pyinput.mouse.controller. Now this loop equals true. You don't necessarily need, but just in case, since we have a while true loop, maybe you want to have specific cases where that while loop will be broken out of. That's up for you to code. Messages will have a 1 in X chance of activating. If you want it to be 100% chance that their messages will cause input on the keyboard or mouse, then you could set message success to 1. Otherwise, set to 2, it'll be a 50% chance, 3, 33% chance, and so on. Now this is where you'll set the custom commands for what your Twitch chat needs to say. So there's a lot of things here. We'll start with forward key, and this will simply be W. And again, you'll want these to be lowercase because of what we did in getchat.py. And you can go on and on with that. Now the function that's going to be called when we start the program is run program. This is where our while loop is going to be. So we're going to do another try except block, get chat dot start connection, and then inside a while true loop, going to get the message that is returned from get chat dot get message, and then with that message we're gonna make a new function called check message and pass that message into it. So this is a finally. I'm gonna go ahead and print that the program is shutting down and do a get chat dot close socket. Now we'll create that check message function, and this is where we'll set up all of the if else's. If message equals forward key, we're going to do a long press key, specify W and 3. Because forward key might not always be W, we're going to pass in W in the parameters, and this 3 will be for seconds. So the way I have this set up, you can specify whether it's going to be a long or quick key press. So in the quick key press, you won't pass in the number of seconds that the key will be held down. But I will set up those functions in a bit. So we'll do the next else if message equals backwards key. Also do a long key press, this time an S and 3 seconds. And I just realized I had screwed that up. Copy paste, my friends. It makes your life a lot easier. Long press key. That's what I called the function. And again, once you've finished setting up this long chain of if-else's for every key that chat might interact with, the mouse scroll, left click or right click with the mouse, moving the mouse, and you've got all of these functions in: long press key, quick press key, mouse scroll, long mouse click, quick mouse click, and move mouse. We're going to go ahead and move on to those functions. This, I'll clarify, is for keyboard, the quick press key that takes in a key. Use another function we're going to create in a second. This will be roll dice, which is going to return a value, and that if it's not equal to 0, then we're going to print unlucky roll, and we're going to return early. If you set message success to 1, then the output will always be 0, so it will never return. We're going to print quick press key, and then include what key was pressed. So we'll convert to string keyboard.press key and immediately keyboard.release key. This function will also be for keyboard. Call it long press key. Also pass in a key. We're gonna go ahead and copy what's being done up here in quick press key because we want the same luck factor. Change this to long press key in the print. And in between the press and release, there'll be a new function called, which will be wait time. And then we'll pass in the amount of time that we would like to wait. Again, we'll make that function in a bit. And the next parameter we need in long press key is actually seconds. So that way, when you call this function, you can pass in the key and the amount of time that you would like to have that key pressed for. Now we're moving on to mouse functions. Move mouse, and we're going to need two parameters, an x coordinate and a y coordinate. We're going to copy over this if roll dice section, print the mouse's current position, call mouse.move, and pass in the coordinates, and then we'll print the mouse position again, see if it moved. The next function for mouse, quick mouse click. Paste the same roll dice. We're going to come up here, steal this print, and change this to quick press mouse key. And we'll do a mouse dot press key and a mouse dot release key. Next function, still working with the mouse, long mouse click, send a key, and the amount of time you want to hold the key. This will be long press mouse key, and again we want the mouse press and mouse release, but in between we will call wait time and pass in a second. In case you want multiple mouse clicks back to back, we'll pass in the key and the amount of times we want the mouse to be clicked. We'll call this multi-press mouse key. This will be mouse.click key and amount, second parameter. This will be for mouse scroll, and you know the drill, paste the same luck and string. We'll call this mouse scroll, and that will be mouse.scroll 0 and the value that's passed into the function. Now to round it out, we've got the helper functions. First one being our roll dice. This will simply return random.randRange between 0 and message success. And we have def wait time seconds, called time.sleep seconds. Finally, the last bit of code we have to write to make sure all of this runs is if __name __ equals quotations __ main __, and we call run program. And we are all done here. There we go. It is now running. These are some of the messages Twitch sends to begin with, and followed by this. Once you see this, you know it has connected. So right now it is connected to my Twitch account and Twitch stream. So again, if I drag OBS back into here, pull back up Minecraft. So if I type W and I hop into game, you can see W showed up there at the bottom, and I currently have it on a delay again, so I can go back and forth. And right there, after the delay was over, it held down W with the long key press, held down W for 3 seconds. If we go with Q, back to game, hover over this grass block in my hand, and there you go. I'll go ahead and do the scroll. So scroll up, and scroll up looks like this. There we go. And last thing I want to do is left click, because I have my left click on a long press instead of quick press. So it actually is being held down for 5 seconds right now. And In a game like Minecraft, that means you might accidentally dig a lot of blocks when your viewers try messing with you. That is everything you should need to allow your viewers to either mess with you while you play a game or control your game entirely. Now everyone can be just like DougDoug. Who am I kidding?